Hello, Pace 111S class. This is Steve. I hope that everyone is doing really well. I wanted to do this quick video to introduce you to our Managing Distractions team project that will be due the end of our unit number 7. So let's get right to it. So, as I mentioned, there is a group project in this course, and it is focusing on managing distractions. More specifically, what are some common distractors that UMGC students experience, and what are some solutions or strategies for managing those distractions? And this is going to be, typically students have done a PowerPoint slideshow where they're discussing each of the distractions and providing a strategy to address each of the distractions, or multiple strategies, if you will. And so if you are going to use a PowerPoint, you want to make sure you have audio or narration or speaker notes with that, and make sure that you're citing your sources and not reading the slides. So I think one of my pet peeves is being read to. So you want to keep the slide content actually basic, sort of what I'm doing here. I'm going over all these topics or themes, but I'm not reading the slide to you. And again, this is going to be due the end of our unit number 7, which will be July 2nd. Now, who's in your group? I have done my best to split you all up into what I hope will be effective and productive groups. So you should see your name listed here in one of these 4 groups. And how do you access your group? If you go to the Leo page and you click on My Tools at the top and then click on Groups, you can actually then email or contact all of your team or group members. And how you'll communicate. So usually we ask you to start this in our unit number 5. We're going to be finishing up unit number 3 this week on Tuesday, June 4th. So in a couple weeks, you're going to want to start communicating with your group. And how do you do that? So I've listed here some of the ways in the past that I think have been really effective for the teams to communicate with one another. As a UMG student, you have access to Office 365, Microsoft Teams, in other words. Students have used a Google Doc to share, and so that everyone can kind of contribute to that one Google Doc. WhatsApp, text messaging, Zoom. In this day and age, it shouldn't be terribly challenging to be communicating with one another. And it's important to note that if you have a group member that is ghosting you, they should not be signing what we call the team charter. And here is the team charter. So at the end of unit number 6, which will be June 25th, you're all going to submit, one member of your group will submit this team charter that you see here, and where you'll list your team members, and you'll talk a little bit about some specifics as to who's going to be doing what for the team project, and most importantly, everyone needs to sign and date it. So if you have a team member that is ghosting you, they're not communicating, you're just not hearing from them at all, they shouldn't be signing the team charter then. It's as simple as that. You can view this really as an accountability contract to kind of make sure that everyone is contributing in some way to the team project. And the format, I sort of alluded to this earlier, but in the past, groups have used a variety of different platforms for their team project on managing distractions. Probably the one I see the most is a PowerPoint. Again, if you're going to use a PowerPoint, make sure that you have slide notes or you have narration. I think some groups have gotten really creative. They've done a podcast Prezi, MP4, YouTube, Zoom, have at it, have at it. And here's a great resource, what I'm using right now to create this video, ScreenPal. So you can use this to really create some effective videos, if you will. So, also at the end of unit number 7 on July 2nd, each member of your group will evaluate all the other members. So this is what we call an individual reflection. You earn points for this, so it is important that you do submit this and that you do evaluate your team members accurately. We don't want to attack anyone personally, but it is important that I know who has pulled their weight, so to speak, and who hasn't. It's not really going to be fair and equitable for me to get a full grade on the team project when I haven't done much at all to contribute to it. So, as always in this course, questions are welcome and encouraged. You can email me. Here you see my email address. We also have the instant messaging feature through the Leo course page, our actual course page itself. You can use the Ask the Professor discussion. Probably email is quickest for me, but feel free to use whatever format you like. And so thank you so much for listening, and I look forward in a couple weeks to reviewing your team projects. Take care.